Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Wednesday, June 5th, 2024. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Happy Hump Day, everyone, and thank you for joining me yesterday afternoon for our monthly market outlook for June 2024. If you missed the outlook session or if you want to rewatch it, the link has been posted in the description below. Also, I do want to remind you that we still have our summer flash sale for Swing Trade Pro 2.0 ongoing right now. Please visit pivotboss.com/profits. Fantastic flash sale right now going on, 29% you can save. And for those of you who are new members, you'll get a free month of our PivotBoss Premium Trading Room as well. For those of you who are already members of Swing Trade Pro 2.0, you can scroll down and see our live session calendar here. Live sessions begin Wednesday, June 12th at 3 o'clock p.m. Central Time and go for the next 5 trading days. So again, a lot coming up here in the upcoming week. Please visit pivotboss.com/profits for more information. All right, let's get a look at the ES here. The ES right now is above 2-day highs. Currently seeing a little bit of strength in overnight and pre-market trading. This is going to be something to keep an eye on here as the RTH Open comes up online. We have a push through 2-day highs. The previous session was an inside day, which is what we were expecting it to be, an inside range-bound-like day. And now that we're above 2-day highs, this is something to keep an eye on because any rejection of 2-day highs could push prices back into the previous session's range. So keep an eye on 2-day highs here as the RTH Open comes online. A rejection of those levels could lead to an early fade back into yesterday's range. Now, if price continues to hold above these 2-day highs, we could see further expansion as we continue to trade within these two large extremes. You have the big pivot high here, and you have the big pivot low there. Those two strong highs and lows right there create a range where this market here has kind of been stuck in this bit of the price chart right there. Eventually, a failure at 5,200 could open up a rotation back down toward 49.50. As of right now, we're still in the range, which means theoretically we can test both of the edges, either one. And if price does not reject these 2-day highs, perhaps there's a test at the highs that is coming up ahead at 53.65. So again, keep an eye on 2-day highs here. Any failure or rejection of those levels could lead to a fade back into the session's previous session's range. All right, let's take a look here at the NQ. This one is also pushing through 2-day highs as well. Inside day in the previous session, barely. Again, we were looking for an inside day, range-bound type of session. Today, we are through those highs. Very important 2-day highs. As a matter of fact, Monday gave us a strong high and strong low for the session, and that gave us a new intraday key range to keep an eye on. So if we see further expansion, the key range upside target will be in play, not only for the NQ but also for the ES. So continue to keep an eye on 2-day highs. Any failure there and you're rotating back into the range back toward 18.6 and perhaps a bit lower. If this thing can get a full-on upside break, then you have your 100% target that could be in play from Monday's range. Looking at crude oil, a big-time drop over the beginning of this week and into the end of last week here. This has been a huge impulsive sell-off here. One thing we're looking for is a strong low. If a strong low can develop here, perhaps we have developed a new key range if it can snap back to the middle of this impulse sell-off. Now, yesterday did not provide a strong low, but it did provide kind of a strong compression at those lows. So if we do start to see an upside break through this compression, we could begin to see kind of a rally develop. But there's not really a strong low to anchor from just yet. That could still play out. As of right now, we're still in a downtrend with the potential to see 71.33 up ahead. 71.33 is the previous year's close and would be break even on the year. And if you go back to the January, February time frame here, you'll see how the market responded to this level, bouncing off of it multiple times before rallying toward the 87 level. So still in a downtrend right now, but at some point we could be looking at a strong low developing, which could snap price back and give us a nice key range to work from. As of right now, this market remains short-term bullish heading into the RTH Open, but we could see this thing continue downward towards 71.33 ahead. If we take a look here at gold futures, gold having an up day here after yesterday's down day. It's basically an up a day, down a day at the center of this D-shaped profile right now. We are clearly compressed here as this market has gone up a day, down a day, up, down, up, and that can continue to persist for a while longer until we're ready to see a breakout. Again, as I've mentioned before, we have a very clear D-shaped profile that is developed off to the right here, that D-shape right there, and we are precisely at the center portion of that range, developing this multi-day range here. So a lot of chop in here. You know, it's just kind of up a day, down a day, as we mentioned before. At some point, we may see a move to one of the edges, and if we do, it's a fadeable event back to the center. Large trading range action developing here for gold. Looking at the YM. The YM right now showing a push to the previous session's high, not quite at the 2-day highs just yet. A bit of a box that has developed here, and a low range of 116 points right now. If we take a look at the 1-day compression here, you'll see very compressed 116 points, 25% of ADR, so a little bit of a box up here. If we start to fall back below 38.8, that really begins to open up a bit of a box reversal back into the previous session's range. All right, taking a look here at Bitcoin. Right now, Bitcoin up about 2/3 of 1%, has seen a little bit of a steady strength to begin the month so far. Not sure if this can be qualified as a breakout just yet from this range. Perhaps it's still kind of in the rectangle here. It has kind of seen some upside bias here so far, and at some point we could be looking at much more strength ahead. As we mentioned before, enough energy in here to push price 10 to 12,000 points higher, which would put you easily in the 80,000 zone. Is this market ready to break free from this large range? Not sure it is just yet. We could easily come up here to 74s and start to rotate back down within the range and keep it range bound until we are ready to see that breakout move. So a little bit more upside here, and then we'll see a decision point come into play here at the trading range highs. Looking at ETH, similar price action here in terms of compression near the highs of its larger range. That compression continues to be in play. As a matter of fact, it's much more compressed than Bitcoin at the moment, as this thing, as we mentioned before, continues to await the potential approval of a spot ETF or few. Now, one thing about this one, about 1,000 to 1,200 points of potential energy building up in this range. And given the upside move here, if we do see some sort of shakeout pullback, that could provide a buying opportunity for a continuation up and perhaps new highs for the year. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this develops here heading into the rest of the session. Remember, the market outlook link is posted in the description below, and please be sure to visit pivotboss.com/profits to take advantage of this summer flash sale. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this develops the rest of the session. Good luck, trade well, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.